name is Nicola and welcome back to my channel. This is the Frugal Cottage, where we talk all things money to help you on your financial journey. Today's video is another cash envelope stuffing as we are starting a new week. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started. So how has your week been? I hope it's been okay. And how is your week ahead looking? So I always like to do these on a Sunday. I start my week on a Monday, but it's just using the Sunday to kind of get organised for the week ahead, and part of that is looking at my budget and looking at my envelopes. So if you're new here, this envelope binder is just from Amazon. I'll leave it linked below. But I have 5 cash envelope categories that I use every week. Now I've already emptied these and put the money into my savings challenges, and as always I'll leave a link below for that as well. But the 5 I'm going to talk about is I've got food, petrol, miscellaneous, children and eating out. So June was supposed to be a no spend month for me, and it's going okay so far. I do feel like it's easier to spend in the warmer months, and I don't really know why that is, but I definitely feel like we spend more when it's warmer, even on things like, so I've been getting like ice cream to the freezer or whatever, and it's just little things, but it kind of adds up quite quickly if you're not careful about that. Let's get started. So food, I feel like we're kind of at a comfortable place, but like I said, actually food is one of the areas where I know I'm spending more money, and things like we're eating more fruit, or we're eating like a bigger variety of fruit, and obviously the fruit that's now in season is more expensive than say apples or pears, and that shows in the weekly shop. And also things like I've been buying ice cream and ice lollies and things like that that obviously wouldn't normally be on the weekly shop, and I don't buy them every week, but it's cheaper to have them in than getting them kind of from like individually. But even so, it kind of adds on more, doesn't it? So I think for food this week, I'm going to actually put £70 in for food this week, which is slightly more than normal. So 20, 40, 60, £70 there. And that's purely because all of these little extras at the moment, I don't mind spending money on things like healthy foods, because obviously that's really important to get a varied diet. So £70 in food for us for the week. I feel like this week I might go near that as well, because we need kind of freezery stuff as well. It's a bit of a juggling act at the moment, to be quite honest, but we'll see. So £70 has gone in there for food. Normally I like to keep it around £50 a week, but we'll see. So food is £70. Petrol is going to be £30. We are doing more travelling on the weekend now, just to go out like kind of places for the day. So I'm going to put £30 in there and hope that that will last. £30 in petrol, because yeah, so we're travelling to kind of, again, because places I suppose are open more, it's easy to go to different places, but obviously the downside to that I suppose is the fact that I'm going through petrol more than I was before, but that's okay. So £30 in petrol for the week should do. I have shared this before, and if you're not new here then you will know this, but I don't like to get the petrol too low in the car. I'd rather kind of not fill it up every week, but I don't like to get it too low either at the same time. But no, so £35 goes in the petrol envelope. Miscellaneous, I do need to get some cat food, so the dried cat food. I tend to get quite a big bag of it from Pets at Home, so it lasts quite a long time, but it's more of an outlay in that 1 week. So miscellaneous is going to be £20, but I think the majority of that will go on that sack of cat food. I don't think we particularly need household stuff. We might need kitchen roll. But the majority of that this week will go, like I said, on this big bag of dried cat food. And then little things like we'll need toilet rolls and the everyday householdy cleaning things that don't really fit anywhere else come from the miscellaneous budget. So that's £20 is in there. And sometimes I feel like I say, oh, I don't really need much from the miscellaneous budget. This is the envelope that is always empty pretty much by the end of the week, because it kind of goes on such random things, but also it kind of encompasses a lot of different categories, I suppose, all in one. I used to have more cash envelopes, but it got too complicated, so everything that doesn't fit in all the others kind of comes from this one, so that's why that is. And obviously miscellaneous has to work for you. If you don't have cats, then you wouldn't have cats in there, would you? You know, it can be whatever you kind of want it to be in that sense, whatever works for you and your household. For me, these cash envelopes combined with my budget planner, and I'll leave a link below to that, really do help me in terms of spending. Children, so children's envelope, I'm going to put £20 here because, again, now that things are kind of opening a bit more and it's just nice to do stuff, isn't it, and go somewhere different after all this time. So I'm going to put £20 in here for them. I feel like I'm going to brave soft play next weekend, but I haven't told them that yet. But if we do, this will be their entry fees. Might also be lunch, depending on how long we can stay for, and it'll definitely provide a coffee for me, which comes out of this when it's a soft play, because let's be honest, no adult would ever choose to go there. But they haven't been in such a long time, and I think they'll really like that as a kind of a place to go to. And or if the weather's really nice, I might find if there's like a farm nearby, maybe we can go to. But anyway, so £20 in the children's envelope for the week ahead. And if it doesn't get spent for whatever reason, then that might go into our summer holidays sinking fund envelope. So instead of transferring this to the savings challenges, if this doesn't get spent, I might transfer it to my summer holidays envelope, which will be spent on them anyway. So £20 in the children's budget. And then the last one, so I kind of ummed and ahed about this one, so I'm doing a no spend month, so in theory there shouldn't be any eating out, but I don't want to leave it empty. And that's purely for me. But it also could be, if we're out, it could, I suppose, be for like ice creams. So I'm going to put this final £10 in here. But again, if this doesn't get used, and that's mainly for me if I can avoid Costa, I'm going to put that into my Mulberry sinking fund envelope. Now if you don't know what my sinking fund envelopes or updates are, I'll leave the latest one below for you to watch after this. But if I can manage to keep that in here, and that's much to do with my willpower as anything else, then I'll put that in that Mulberry purse fund, and that shouldn't that be the biggest motivator? I'm getting closer to being able to get that, so we'll see. So £10 in eating out is, you know, it should be alright. £20 in children, I feel like that might be spent this week, but we'll see. £20 in miscellaneous, £30 in petrol, because I need the car to get to work, and also, you know, we're travelling more to different places. And then £70 in food for the week ahead. And they are my cash envelopes for the next week. Are you still using the cash envelope system? How is that looking for you? Like I said, this combined with my budget planner honestly has just changed my whole kind of perception of spending. Yes, sometimes I do spend online, and I tend to use my credit card for that and then pay it off in full. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see posts about that at the end of the month. But it just works. And handing over, and I talked about this in the sinking funds video, handing over cash really makes it much more obvious as to what you are spending, or how much. If you're handing over lots of notes, you're spending a lot. Whereas if I just tap my card for contactless or whatever, it just doesn't feel as real. Does anyone else feel like that? Anyway, let me know how you're doing, what your week ahead looks like, and as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.